I'm at Arcol in Truro to find out about their waste reduction initiatives and also to look at the potential resource efficiency improvements they could make in the future. Arcol used to be a family-owned business which was bought and is now owned by previous employees Alan Morgan and Mike Pritchard. They specialise in resistor technology here, mainly manufacturing aluminium-housed resistors, an electrical component used in many applications from public transport to oil rigs and wind turbines. Environment initiatives are high on Arcol's agenda. Since taking over the business in 2001, Alan and Mike have actively looked for resources to help them improve their environmental credentials. They identified Rethink Waste as a useful and practical resource to help them reduce waste outputs even further. Arcol have already got some pretty impressive waste reduction initiatives, but they want to take waste efficiency even further. So I'm spending some time today reviewing what they're currently doing and investigating what the next steps may be for them to take resource efficiency further. Hi Alan, how are you doing? So can you give us an overview of what you've achieved so far in waste reduction?
Yeah, sure. What we've managed to do is reduce our landfill output from 3 wheelie bins a week to 1 wheelie bin a week. Now that basically equates to approximately 50 tonnes per year reduction. So we're quite proud of that. The other thing we've managed to do is we've looked into those wastes and how they can be segregated and recycled. LDP plastic, HDP plastic and cardboard. We've redesigned some of the process to actually eliminate some of the plastics and reduce plastic usage. Obviously we're very proud of what we've done, but we're always looking for something else and where should we go from here.
Yeah, you've made some good progress on waste reduction there, Alan. What we'd like to do today is look at the sites in 3 distinct areas: in the office, the press shop and the production area. Meet members of your team in each of those areas and look at what you've done to date and where you could go in the future in resource efficiency terms. Well, in the office area, would you like to just give us a rundown of what you've achieved here in terms of waste efficiency?
It starts off at the employees' desks. They all are responsible for segregating the paper that they have. They each have 2 bins, one for rubbish, one for the paper. We have 2 printers now. We've defaulted the printers now to double-sided, but an awful lot of stuff that we have to print for traceability, unfortunately, is single-sided. But we've managed to speak to a local company and they gum up paper for us, so we have notepads. So reducing the cost of buying one, having our own purpose-built pads that we use, so that's pretty good. One of the largest areas we found was the traceability of orders. We have an internal works order card, and this is 1 week's worth. Now we have it barcoded. That's a week's worth of orders in the factory here. That's a huge saving for us, but we're always looking for other ideas.
Yes, just looking at what you've done so far, which is terrific. There's perhaps opportunity to put more material up on your website, your general brochure as a PDF, for example. Again, save on paper and perhaps postage if you send them out. And another opportunity may be in the accounts department to get invoices issued as PDFs and also payment instead of by cheque, by back, so you eliminate paper use, envelopes and postage again.
Yeah, it's something we're looking at. I'm
Good.
sure the girls in accounts, they'll be very pleased not to handle as much paper.
Well, let's move on.
I do, okay.
Can you tell me what happens here in the press shop?
Yeah, sure. Here in the press shop, we buy in 5-metre aluminium length bars, which are then sawn into various different sizes. We press out the mounting holes on the power presses we have here, put them into bins, all ready for the anodising.
So in this area, what waste reduction initiatives have you completed then?
Well, one of the key things that we've done is to reduce the number of different profiles of aluminium bar stock that we're buying. We've got that down to 6 different styles. That reduces the number of times that we have to stop the process to reset the machine. So that's a significant saving in waste for us. The bar stock comes wrapped in plastic and in card, and we've segregated those waste streams and they both go off for recycling. We're also looking at the cut-off of the process. That generates swarf and bar end stock that we recycle. We've started using a water-based coolant instead of oil-based. So that allows us to dry the swarf out. We can actually sell that as a dry weight to the recycler. We feel that we've achieved some savings, but obviously we're looking for any help that you could give us to take waste out of this process.
Well, having a look around the press shop, yes, you've made some good achievements to date. One thing I would just indicate is the potential to use a different method for cutting the aluminium bar. You're currently using effectively a circular saw with a 2mm blade width. Reducing that to a thinner blade may cause the blade to go out of true, but alternatives to cutting, say water jet cutting or possibly laser cutting, would give you a very accurate cut. It would also increase the yield in the number of components per bar, 5 metre length bar, because the cut is a lot thinner, and it would also probably dispose of the swarf element in terms of waste completely.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Would be good.
This is the main production facility here at Arcol, where all the manufacturing takes place. Everything is held within this building and the building that we've seen previous.
So in here, Donna, what are the main waste initiatives that you've undertaken?
One of the many is the saving we've made on LDPE bags. We've actually reduced the amount of plastic bags we use by going from 1 resistor per bag to 25 resistors per bag. We used to load 200 into an outer carton, which we now no longer use. We now load 25 pieces straight into the cartons. Moving on to our printers, we invested recently in 4 new printers, originally for reliability and an ink saving. And we've since found that the reduction in compressed air from 9 CFM down to 0.5 CFM is an energy saving and also a cost saving. And now to the saving we've made on the resin. The resin is actually used to encapsulate the former inside the aluminium housed case. We take the resin and preheat it into the machine. It's forced down feeder plate into the tool and then into the unit, which comes out moulded such. We were actually producing, using 8 pellets, 60 grams worth of waste. We've reduced that to 7 and now we're down to 35 grams of waste, saving us about £6,000 a year. So huge cost saving on the resin.
In the moulding process, you've made considerable progress in reducing the size of the biscuit. It could be possible to use a liquid injection and casting material, which would potentially eliminate the biscuit completely. We talked about the compressed air saving from the inkjet printers, and you've got a compressor just outside. It could be possible to route the cooling air from that air compressor into the factory to use that heat as space heating, particularly in the winter months, hence saving energy that you would have used in heating the factory in the first place. And the other opportunity, it may be worth just thinking about if it's possible to eliminate the LDPE bags completely. Just things to think about and pursue that a little bit further.
Yeah, there's some very interesting ideas there, Richard, that we'll certainly look into.
So how would you sum up Arcol's experience in waste and resource efficiency?
I think to summarise, savings are critical to our profitability. I think what we've also learned is that the responsible use of materials and resources is an absolutely key philosophy to our company now. As a result of doing the Rethink Waste initiative, waste has become an important managed cost.
It's often difficult to see how resource efficiency can be improved, particularly in a company that's paid as much attention to waste as yours has. However, I think we can see from today's review that there are simple techniques that can improve resource efficiency, such as modifying packaging, through to the more complicated, looking at the core of the production process, such as the sawing of the 5 metre metal bars, and that can minimise waste. Continual monitoring of waste is necessary, and we suggest taking an action plan such as this one and continually monitoring it and reprioritising your actions, and in that way resource efficiency undergoes continual improvement.
I think that's something that we can really work with, and I think that what we need to realise is that we're never finished making these improvements, and to keep reprioritising as the business changes. So if I had to give any advice to anybody regards waste, I would actually say that the Rethink Waste initiative is very helpful in terms of identifying simple and complex waste issues within your organisation and helping you to implement an action plan to deal with them. Also, waste initiatives help the company save money, and it's so important in these harder economic times that a company maintains a competitive edge.
Well, this business has really made progress in looking at their waste, and they've really embraced resource efficiency, and I look forward to seeing what savings they make in the future.